Okay. It's 1:25 p.m. on June 15th. I think I'm sick, but not physically. Uh Maybe not mentally either, more like spiritually. Um or maybe not. Maybe that's not the right word. I feel like this exam is fucking me up. I I couldn't sleep this morning. I didn't fall asleep immediately. I went to bed around at around 2:30, and I think I fell asleep at around 3 something a.m. and then I woke up today afternoon. I thought it was 11 a.m. and then I looked again, it was afternoon already. Like it was 12 noon. And I don't know why, but I couldn't eat. Last night I could barely finish my dinner. I actually didn't finish my dinner because I wasn't in the mood to, and then I didn't even have breakfast this morning. I didn't even finish having lunch. About half a bowl of rice. Um, I'm just not in the mood for eating, and I recently I've been asking myself this question: can I name three of the most fun slash memorable incidents from my school? And then I realize I can't even name three. Not even three. It's been over 5 years. I've been studying in this school for over 5 years now, and I can't even name three fun or memorable incidents. I guess I could name the wars in 8th grade. That's it. Everything after 8th grade is just so empty, so meaningless, so pointless, so vapid. It actually kind of hurts. And it really hurts knowing that this 11th grade is the last grade that I'll ever be able to make a difference. And it's about to be over, meaning that I missed it. I missed all the single opportunities that I had in order to make a difference at this school. So me going into the school and leaving the school doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter because I'm not that meaningful of a person at the school. My presence doesn't really mean anything. Like the school changed me so much so that I'm actually surprised, but I never changed the school, not for a single bit. I have no influence at school at all. And I've experienced my experiences are actually so small. It's actually kind of saddening. I'm still gonna continue to revise anyway, I guess. I'm so tired of doing fucking revision. Okay, I just want to stop, but I can't stop because if I stop, I'll actually die. And by the way, check this out: 0 out of 5 study chemistry. That is. I'm so screwed, man. I'm so screwed. Like, I don't study enough, and I'm not even in the mood for studying. So I just went to the dentist, sat outside the dentist's office for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then after that, I had a haircut, which isn't really that great. But, whatever. I just want to have short hair. And you know what? Whatever, man. I'm gonna revise. Okay? I promise. I promise that I'm gonna revise a little bit of chemistry right now, and then later on a little physics. Not a little. A lot more physics. Because 2 days later, it's physics exam. Okay, so I just watched 2 One Punch Man episodes, and I'm ready to go back to physics and I'm gonna try my best to understand the whole thing. I'm good with this, like I understand this, but then if you go further, it gets weirder and weirder. I still understand this. Next chapter. Okay, it starts to get confusing after this. This is solenoid, and this is a straight wire, and both of them can generate a magnetic field if you produce current, I guess, induce current, but in very different ways. But you can also use your right hand to find the magnetic field direction in both cases. And then we have another thing. And then we have this. And then we have this, earphones. My earphones break all the time. And then we have this. This starts to get weird. Okay, so you do this, right? You do this. And this is F, this is B, and this is I. So, yeah, it's the left hand, right? Except if you go further down the book, you will find the opposite. The right hand. So, when do you use the right hand? When do you use the left hand? Nobody kinda knows. I think I understand this, though. But, like, it's still a little weird. The concept is still a little weird. Okay, I want to just make a small little video clip right now. I'm at home alone, and I'll be at home alone tonight. It's Father's Day, but I can't go out because I have to stay home and study and revise for the exams. So that's a shame, I guess. Yeah, anyway, the whole, like, 60% of the entire Hong Kong is wearing black today, including me. So, it's pretty cool, actually, to see so many people come together and wear black clothes. And, there's a third protest happening right now. And I wish all the protesters luck. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to study physics and maybe a little biology and maybe a little chemistry if I have time, but I doubt I have any time. I also have to listen to some albums because I need to do a mini albums review very soon. Also, One Punch Man, also 13 Reasons Why Season 2, also Twin Peaks Season 3, also the updated scripts for my short films. And speaking of short films, I have to do crowdfunding because I have no money at all. So wish me luck. And I'm ready to have dinner. I just microwaved all this except for this. I cooked this and I sort of recooked this a little bit, but it's ugly. Okay, I don't know if I'm doing it right or not, but 90 days hopefully is enough to film. That's about that's it. That's about it. Okay, here we have I need to revise physics. Fuck you. Okay. Current generation in a magnetic field. So I need to use my right hand now instead of my left hand. Damn, I actually got all the multiple choice questions correct. I don't know why, but I'm so proud of figuring this out. Like, I spent 10 minutes and I finally figured this out, and it's so satisfying. Okay, it's 1:30 a.m. on June 17th, and I finally finished studying physics. Oof, yeah, yep. And I don't know, man. I think I'm good, but I'm not sure. Um, 'Cause yeah, I'm not that confident, but I'll try my best anyway. Um, and yeah, news have arrived that 2 million people actually marched on the streets of Hong Kong today, which is something that's really touching and moving. And considering that there there are 7 million people in Hong Kong, 2 million marched on the streets. 2 million. 2 out of 7. That is 28.6% of all the residents in Hong Kong protesting. And that's insane. And that's just the Hong Kong island, man. Like, I'm not talking about across the harbor or anything. That's really amazing. I'm also going to show you the clothes that I wore this afternoon. Even though I didn't march, I wore them because I support. I wish I was there though. I think the scene over there must be pretty spectacular. Not gonna lie. I think Mary even went there too. I don't know. A bunch of other people also went there. Derek, Ben, of course. Cedric is a huge supporter of this as well. A few teachers from our school also support this. Our old IH teacher, our Chinese teacher right now, who is one of the bests, our astronomy club supervisor teacher guy, uh, he's there. Really amazing, really amazing. Yeah, really happy for everyone. And if this extradition bill still gets passed, it'd be a fucking joke, because like 2 million people marched. Like, you cannot combat that. Um, Also, in other news, I finally made my campaign for my short film in Indiegogo.com, and it looked like shit. I came up with a pretty good video, pretty good pitch video. I think it's pretty good. I don't know about you. And I tried my best to make it the prettiest and the most professional looking campaign ever. And it's like nothing compared to any other campaigns. And I feel like shit. And there is a 70% chance that this short film that I've been working on for 1.5 years will fail. So that makes my life 20% worse. So it's June 17th, and I've had the physics exam. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I tried to sleep early this morning, but again, I can't, as always. I went to bed at around 2:30 a.m., I think, and I couldn't sleep. Like, I had difficulty trying to fall asleep, so at the end, I think I fell asleep at around 3 a.m. And then, yeah, and then I was half awake, half asleep until around 5 a.m. until I legit fell asleep. And when I legit fell asleep, I had another nightmare, a bad dream, where I boarded this plane and I was gonna teleport to some other city, and then suddenly I teleported back to Hong Kong and the plane malfunctioned and I should have died. But I didn't die. That's the scary part. I didn't die. And this had already happened for the third time, so there will be a fourth time. In the dream, I told myself that it's the third time. Anyway, that's besides the point, I guess. So yeah, I'm super sleepy, and I couldn't walk in a straight line. Like, I can, but like hardly, barely. I'm good. Early in the morning, I just can't concentrate. And when I looked at the physics exam, like, I was super slow at first, but later on, I kind of picked my pace back up again and had a better focus. And it's, yeah, the physics exam is a little tougher than I have expected. A couple of really weird and outlandish questions that I completely do not know how to answer. But luckily, most of the paper is also writing, explaining, so I can do that at least. And yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think I did great. I think it's okay. Maybe even worse. Maybe worse than okay, because I was so sleepy this morning. Yeah, anyway, after school, me, Leo, Pink, and Natalie just sat down at Starbucks and we talked and revised and joked around. And that's basically it. Yeah, and then I had lunch at 3:15 p.m. I had breakfast at 6:45 a.m. and then lunch at 3:15 p.m. And I sleep for 3 hours a day. And I'm 16 years old. And I just started a campaign on Indiegogo asking for $12,774 US dollars. I am just one motherfucker, am I? Yeah, what's past is in the past. It actually kind of bothers me that Natalie has so many fans now. Like, at one night, she was the most hated person in our form. And then on another day, she is the most popular person in our form. And right now, she is the most popular, and she is mostly super duper popular. So is Leo. Leo's smart. Everybody likes him because he's so smart. And Pink's, cute little helpless girl. So everybody's, comforting her and, treating her nicely. I mean, Pink's super nice, so she deserves that. Jordana's, kind of pretty, and she's super talented, and she's strong and fast and smart and whatever. And Mary, she's pretty, she's good at speaking languages, she's, smart. And Kingsley, she's strong, he's strong, he's fast. And then we have me. I don't know why, but lately I still feel like a loser. I have felt like a loser, and right now I still feel like a loser. Hopefully the people who watch my campaign pitch video doesn't watch this video to see this broken ass man. Anyway, I don't have high hopes for my physics exam. I don't expect a high score from it. But I'm gonna work hard, nevertheless, because tomorrow I have the biology exam. Look at this bad boy. It's like a Subway sandwich. Whoa, calm down. Landslide over there. This is thick. Yeah, boy. And this is only a part of our exam syllabus. Then we have all this and more. some more outside. What's the relationship between P and S? I'll give you 5 seconds. Yeah, S is P's brother. It's 11:30. Actually, 31 p.m. And I have been studying biology for, I think, 2 or 3 hours now. Maybe 3.5, maybe 4, but I don't know. I checked, my Instagram and YouTube and Twitter for quite some time because I'm bored and it's the most convenient source of entertainment I can get. Okay, and to be fair, I watched 1 episode of One Punch Man, but it's not gonna affect my exam, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Anyway, right now I think I finished revising all the biology. I think I'm set. I think I'm ready to go. However, I'm not confident enough. So, you know what? I'm just gonna go through the entire syllabus of physics on camera, uncut. Actually, I will cut it, but whatever. And I'm gonna try my best to talk about every single important thing that I've learned in this entire school year, all condensed into one. All the important things. I'm not gonna tell you all the small details, but all the major things. So we'll be starting from chapter 15 and we'll go all the way down to chapter 30. I'll skip a couple of chapters which are relevant out of the syllabus, but other than that, it's 15 chapters, 13, 12. I think 12 chapters. We can survive this. So chapter 15 is detecting the environment. Let's go. Actually, I have a very handy notebook, so I can do that as well. So chapter 15 is about detecting the environment, and it's about eyes and ears. So you know what? I'm gonna show you the eyes. So for the first layer of the eyes, we have the sclera. We have the sclera, which is the outer layer of our eyeball, and it protects and gives shape to our eyeballs. We have the conjunctiva, which protects the cornea, and we have the cornea, which allows light to enter and refracts light. Cone cells. Let's talk about rod cells first. So rod cells to our eyes are responsible for black and white vision. Let's say this is a plant. This is the root cell. This is where cell division, mitosis, meiosis will happen. Visual purple, and they work best. If the line shines from if the light shines from this way, the axons will go from here to here. All the axons will go to here, and it will grow. This side will grow better, so it will bend towards the light, and it's all right. Chapter 16: brains, spinal cords, nerves. This very long axon, which is the nervous system, in order to prevent maltransmission and in order to speed up the transmission. Okay, I'm gonna speak super fast right now. So yeah, we got the central nervous system, which neurons generate nerve impulse. I'm already getting. So it's sensory neurons. If I touch this central nervous system, it will go so that I can to the back of my spinal cord, and then it will go back, motor neuron, to my finger, cerebellum, which controls the movement, the day-to-day movements, like me typing, we got the writing, endocrine systems as well. Pituitary gland is the main endocrine gland. Sexual organs. Up next, we have skeletons, bones, and muscles.
It has yellow bone marrow, and it's most compact, and it has blood vessels, and bones are made up of bone cells that's sort of squashed in between calcium phosphates. In between, we got the synovial membrane, and the membrane secretes synovial fluid, which also reduces friction. nourishes the cartilage cells. We got two types of joints: hinge joints, where we can move in. Okay, I can't. We can move in one direction. And then we got the ball and socket joint. Go from this to this.
Only one type of fungi is unicellular, and that's yeast.
And
weird. And plants and animals are eukaryotes. I'm a eukaryote. I'm a proud eukaryote. So shut up.
which comes in three forms.
Amphibians and reptiles are poikilotherms. They're cold-blooded animals. Fish has gills, fins, and scales. So, wait. Amphibians have also dichotomous keys. Okay, this is a hassle. Chapter 20, ecosystem. Here we go. And we are diurnal, but it seems to me that I am both diurnal and nocturnal. And both organisms benefit. Lichens, algae, fungi live together. Parasitism, my least favorite. Thanks to nitrate bacteria, and denitrification basically turns nitrite ions to atmosphere. Yeah, atmosphere nitrogen. Now for the new stuff. Genetics. So I got some basic genetics. This is a DNA, okay? This is a DNA complementary basis. A here, T here. Alright, it's split because of DNA helicase, and then an mRNA one long chain slides in. I don't know which form. Okay, peptide chain. Okay, it splits. Peptide chain all these is modified and packaged mRNA Golgi apparatus and through a vesicle out of the cell through exocytosis. Fossils. Okay. A fish takes place. Dies. You can study the homologic structures of the fossils. Great idea. Third last chapter, evolution, part 2. Usually mutation sucks, but sometimes it's good. Evolution. So mutation is caused by mutagens, which is caused. And then we have the last. First of all, we got the ribulose phosphate, ATP, another electron. They're really kind. Pyruvate and then pyruvate. Pyruvate goes into the Krebs cycle. There we go, folks. I just spent 1 hour. Almost 1 hour. Okay, hey guys, what's up? It's June 18th, and I just had lunch, and today we had biology exam. And first of all, I slept for 5 hours today, meaning that I have more energy. Yeah, anyway, nothing all that important happened today either, because it's an exam day. The biology exam, while it's not the toughest exam that I have ever done, it's still kinda tricky sometimes. A little tricky, a little, weird as well. There are some legit weird questions that I would never have guessed that ended up on the biology exam paper. And because there are only 2 classes in our form that studies biology, only A class and C class, and Mary and Caroline and Queenie, they are in C class. So I thought, and you know, I hang out with Potato Gang a lot, and Oliver is in Potato Gang now. So I legit thought that it would be cool if after the exam I and Oliver and the boys hang out, and then you know, Mary and Caroline will just come in and join the conversation, and you know, maybe we'll start talking. But you know, of course, I've thought about it. That's why it will never happen in reality. I realize that I'm kind of loud. Am I kind of loud? Am I too loud? I'm just gonna turn off this air conditioning. Yeah, but yeah, you know, 2 more exams left. 2 more, and I'm done. 2 more, and I'll party hard. 2 more, and I'll give you YouTube videos every day for the rest of the month, okay? At least I'm gonna try. Yeah, so, tomorrow we'll have the chemistry exam, which sucks, because, chemistry is more boring and difficult than I have thought than I have imagined, so I'm gonna try my very best. And then also a couple days later, we will have the English group discussion oral speaking exam, and I'm not worried about that at all. But yeah, other than that, actually today after school, after the exam, when I and the boys were leaving, Natalie came out of nowhere in her adult clothes. Not really sexual clothes, just adult clothes, like normally how an adult would wear. So it's kind of awkward. But yeah, it's about to be 5 p.m. I just had an afternoon nap because I was tired and it felt great. Anyway, I forgot to talk about one funny thing about the biology exam. One of the questions, one of the long questions is about plants. It's about types of plants. So they give us 4 photos of plants: pine, maple, grass, like normal grass, and another plant which is a dicot, and we are told to spot the odd one out. So obviously it's the pine, and the pine belongs to gymnosperm. So obviously it's pine, and pine belongs to the group gymnosperm, aka conifers. And so I got that right. And then they ask, can you name another plant from the same group? Now that's smart. Whoever came up with this question is a real smart ass, because I have no idea. So I just sat there and I think, and I think, and I think. The invigilator, who is actually our class teacher, she walked by and she saw me thinking about that one question, and she sort of chuckled. And so at the end, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to write whatever comes up to my head. I thought about oak and birch, but it's not, of course. I thought about all the fruits, but wait, gymnosperms do not bear fruits. So at the end, I wrote Joshua Tree. Yeah. And I checked. I'm still wrong. So, welp. Rip. It's 9 o'clock. About to be 9:30. And I am making this thing. I'm trying to calculate this thing. I'm trying to train my chemistry skills. The container contains 1.87 mole. So I guess this is okay, so turns out I'm right. It's 1.87 divided by 2. I am correct. And then for question A2, calculate the equilibrium concentrations of H2 and Ni2. An X and half an X, right? Because of the mole ratio, and it's 0 in the beginning. So at the end, it's half an X, half an X. Okay, so the equilibrium concentrations of H2 and I2 are both half an X. So with this, it's 0.136, and the answer is 0.132. I just realized a grave mistake. I need to square this number. So it should be this. And then we square root it, and then boom, 0.132, 0.198, and then it's reciprocal. It's 50.5. And the answer is 50.5. So yeah. If anyone can give me the systematic name of this hydrocarbon, I'm gonna give you $0. So it's been 2 hours since I've just sat here on this seat doing nothing but revising. Occasionally I had to check my phone because otherwise my head will get all fuzzy. Never start with the head. Yeah. I'm not 100% confident that I will get high scores for chemistry exam, but I will try my very best. Right now it's 12:30 and I'm just gonna check some other stuffs on the chemistry textbook and maybe do a quick recap of both the books, and I'm gonna sleep. It's June 19th and it's 2:42 p.m. and I am inside my bedroom right now. Feeling kind of fantastic actually, because the exam period is finally over. Yes, fuck yes. If I do this, I'll get demonetized. um, yeah. It's technically over. Okay. It's actually not over. I still have one more exam to go tomorrow, and that is the English speaking exam. And I'm speaking English now, and I'll be speaking English tomorrow, and there's nothing to worry about. Okay, there's nothing to worry about when I'm doing my English speaking exam. It's a group discussion, so I guess it'll be a little awkward sometimes, but I'm confident about it, okay? Anyway, today it's the chemistry exam, and it's not simple. It's not simple. It's actually kind of tricky, a little tough at times. But that's to be expected. I'm not walking into an exam place thinking that I'm gonna simply get a good score and leave. Like, no, there are going to be challenges, there are going to be obstacles, and there are quite a number of challenges and obstacles on the chemistry exam paper. Are they super duper difficult? Not really. Are they super duper simple and easy? Also not really. So I guess I'm kind of okay about it. From 0 to 100, I am 70% sure that I will get a decent score. Um yeah, nothing to complain about. Some really tedious calculations though. For this exam, we are being tested 2 big chapters in our chemistry syllabus. One of them is chemical reactions, rate of reactions, equilibrium, yada yada, and the other one is hydrocarbons and organic chemistry. And a bulk of the paper also deal with equilibrium, and we literally had to calculate the equilibrium constant, and we literally had to do equilibrium calculations at least 4 times on this paper, just in the long questions. I'm not even talking about the multiple choice questions. So yeah, it was really tiring, really exhausting. I know what I'm doing, but it's also really exhausting. It's like, I flipped the page and I saw another, equilibrium type question, and I was like, not again. And then for the last 4 long questions, we have 13 long questions. For the 5 for the last 5 questions, it's hydrocarbon related, organic chemistry, and they're sometimes pretty confusing, but I think I handled it pretty well because I did study hard. Yeah, but yeah, overall, I think it's okay. After the exam, everybody was like laughing for some reason, like smiling for some reason, like laughing at someone. Mary was laughing, Linda was laughing, they were laughing together, looking at each other, and then the people in front of me were laughing as well. So I guess everybody's in a great mood today. Jordana even it's actually pretty normal that Jordana would speak to me. After the English writing, she asked me if this means that, and just then she asked me if, you know, she asked me what did I write down for one of the questions. It's pretty normal. What's abnormal would be that Mary or Linda or Jeffrey speak to me, or Tyrus, or anyone else who's not in A class, I guess. So yeah, after school, instead of suddenly having a random conversation with Mary talking about the ups and downs of our political and social climate, I ended up in Oliver's apartment, which is even smaller than my apartment. My apartment is like about I guess like 3 times smaller than a normal house in the USA, like 3 times smaller. And Oliver's apartment is like half of my house. So Oliver's apartment is at least 6 times smaller than a house in the USA. Or maybe if you're in the USA, if you live in the USA and you live on the East Coast, you live in apartments, maybe you're more familiar with how it's like, what it's like to live in an apartment. I've never actually lived in a house before, except for when I was traveling. One time, I lived in a house one time, and that's Italy. But yeah, so Oliver's house, Oliver's apartment, pretty rough, pretty small, pretty primal. Um, and then yeah, me and Potato Gang, we all went up there. I was a little awkward because we weren't super duper close or anything, but at least we were hanging out together. So at least it's better than nothing. So yeah, Ronald was there, Ernest was there, and Edward was there, and amongst the bunch of classmates, only me and Edward do not have any exams left except for English speaking. Everyone else had to do maths module 1 or module 2, which are basically extended maths exams because they have taken an extra maths class, more like a more difficult upgraded version of maths class, and I took the core part, so it's the core part, So yeah, I'm pretty confident tomorrow. If I go to school earlier tomorrow, maybe I'll see Mary, maybe I'll see Leo, maybe I'll see Natalie, and we'll have a pretty nice chat. Except for Mary, because she doesn't talk at all. It's still kind of funny. In the morning, when I went to school this morning, I don't know why, but I was feeling it. I walked and I made intense eye contact with Nick because I want to freak him out. So I was like doing this, and then sitting beside him was actually Linda, and I didn't know that when I was walking towards Nick. So I was doing this, and then Linda was like, "Who's this weird guy?" "Oh, it's Eris." And Linda was like she glanced. So it's kind of weird, but it's to be expected that I do weird shit every single day. Also, yesterday I had the chance to, actually a couple days ago I had the chance to ask Leo about his Chinese group discussion, how it went, because he and Mary are in the same group, and behold, and Leo said that in his group of candidates, only everyone disagreed with the topic, only Mary agreed. So Mary is the special one. Mary is the odds one out. Exactly like the situation that my group had, where Wendy was the only one who agreed to the topic while everyone else disagreed. And I find that not fascinating. I would be fascinated if I was 12 years old now. I'm 16, about to be 17. I am. It's sort of like, yeah, duh, not surprised, but it's also like, yep, I, yep, called it. That kind of feeling that I had learning the news about this, because in 7th grade, when I was 12 years old, I made a list, a very special list, grouping a type of people together. And these people are special people. They're not just awkward, funny, haha humans. They are like, there's something like sneaky and deep about them. Not necessarily like existential, like knowledge, like, I'm a professor kind of deep. More like, you know what? I'm gonna do this kind of deep. And, have have a strong sense of social awareness of his or her role in the society, knows that he or she is special and is proud of it, but doesn't really brag about it directly, usually indirectly, because they're kind of witty. So Wendy and Mary are also on the list, and they are doing similar things. And there are actually so many eerie similarities between all the people on my list that, as much as I want to not believe in it, because it's some superstitious bullshit, there are always these small clues that kind of point otherwise. And that's what I really love about keeping an open mind and a paranoid mind. So yeah, that's a slice of philosophy for you guys. Yeah, so yeah, and their topic is different than our group's topic. Our group is comment on this attitude, which is really tough. Their topic was really dumb and easy. Do you agree building an artificial island on beside Lantau Island, which is one of the islands in Hong Kong, big islands? And everybody disagreed because it harms the environment, it's costly, yada yada. The locals hate it, but Mary agrees, and not because she really agrees, but because everybody disagrees and she's different. She has to be different, or else she would have no points. So she had this strategy. Wendy had this strategy, and they do not join trends. Unlike Jordana, which is kind of ironic now. Jordana is usually the Jordana was on my list as well, and she used to be super special, like like smart and sinister on the outside, and very cold and evil and dark and a little deranged in the inside. And now she's just like everyone else. She's like a normal person. She has lost all her colors. And okay, it's June 20th, the last day of the exam, and it's supposed to be the happiest day of the year so far, but instead it is one of the worst. So last night I drank a huge cup of milk tea, and because of that I couldn't sleep until 5 a.m. Yeah, pretty fucked up. I couldn't sleep until 5 a.m. I fell asleep at 5 a.m., approximately 5 a.m. I only knew that when I last checked my phone it was 4:30, and then it took around like half an hour for me to fall asleep after that. So yeah, I couldn't sleep until 5 a.m. and then I slept from 5 a.m. to 12:30. And I have the English speaking exam at 2:45. So I had lunch. So I had lunch real quick. Lunch is basically microwaved food left over from last night. And then I had lunch, and then suddenly I didn't feel so good. My stomach felt a little upset, so I went to the bathroom and then ran all my way to the bus stop, went to school, and I was on time, so that's okay. And for the exam part, it was pretty good. I didn't have a chance to see Mary or Caroline or whatever, but after the exam, I and Natalie left on the same bus because I was bored and I want to talk to her. Also, during the exam, me, Iris, uh, I don't know, the other two person, we had a group discussion, and I think I nailed it. I did stutter a little bit towards the end, but like, you can just forget about that. I was really, really good. Uh, I'm not trying to be cocky, okay? But, I'm pretty good. However, what sucks about today is what happened after the exam. After the exam, when I took a bus back home, I started to feel stomach ache again. And it got worse and worse and worse and worse. I went back home. I tried to go to the bathroom again. It didn't work. And then I vomited. I threw up. And after that, the stomach ache was still there. Like, it still hurts. So I just called my mom. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. The pain was getting worse and worse and worse, and there was nothing I could do. So at the end, my mom took me to the hospital. And by the time we arrived, I was already feeling a little better. And then they gave me an injection, and now I'm feeling totally fine. And originally, we were gonna celebrate tonight. We were gonna eat a huge feast to celebrate the exam period for being over. I can't eat anything other than a bowl of plain kanji right now. So yeah, so much for celebration.